Hello, hello, welcome back to Satisfactory. Try to do this stream like 3 separate days this past week, and just now finally being able to get back into it. But we got a lot of cool stuff we can do. I don't know how long I can stream today, maybe at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll see what happens. But last stream, if you were not here, we technically set up quickwire manufacturing over there. That's what's in the distance. Most of it is not hooked up to power. And we also invested a significant amount of time into getting roadway templates set up. And we do have at least part of our initial tractor network in terms of the actual physical road setup. Still a lot to do. We still need to make some intersection pieces. But for what we are doing now, this will work okay. We just need to build a couple more of these. So let's go to blueprints. I really should rename these because the first bit's all the same, so you can't really tell what it is. I'm going to say let's make 3 more of these and then 1 with utility access. So that is going to tell us that we need to get a lot more concrete and another stack of iron rods. So let's go do that. But I think we should probably go check in with all of our Garys first, as has become tradition. At some point, we will make them a better habitat, but at least for now, they have a window. They got that going for them, which is nice. Hello, Garys. Do you have anything interesting for us today? Nothing from Gary 1, nothing from Gary 4, nothing from Gary 2, and Gary 3 also has nothing, so it's been not long enough since we last checked. Well, that's okay. There is nothing in this. What was supposed to be in this? Plates? Okay. I can easily get another stack of iron rods. I probably should go ahead and get a 3rd because that's going to use up a lot. The issue we're going to start running into with concrete is that we just do not have a lot. Where's my car? I think there's some in the back of the car. I do not remember. Technically, it's a tractor, not a car, but you get the idea. Oh, good. There's actually plenty of concrete back here for us to go ahead and build this. And then everything else, we do have enough. So, probably what's going to make the most sense is for us to come up here and build from the same level. The goal here is to get this to go all the way to the dry land, and then enable us to just drive straight on. So let's get this removed here. Make sure we have enough room. I'm going to leave that piece there just because that's going to be the easiest way to do this. But we come over here to blueprints. We've got our... Oh, I didn't need this one. I don't know why it organized it like this. I don't need the elevated slope. I need just the regular one. Elevated normal. 3 of those. Okay, so since this right here at the start of the slope is also the one that has the utility corridor access. This will not always display that. That's just what the default thing is. How many segments have we gone through here? I would assume we can just count the number of, what do you call it? 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 regular segments. I'm gonna say 4 segments in between utility corridors is probably smart, which means we need 1 more. We're going to build this to default blueprint auto connect. Look how easy that is. You love to see it. And then this one right here, we're going to turn into the elevated utility access. I love blueprint auto connect. Thank you so much, Mechanistry. We will also have to fix this. It's not supposed to be there, but we'll get there when we get there. Did I put that the right way? I did. Not that it really matters. I could put a second sign on the back. I just didn't want that to be the default thing. Let's come back and do elevated normal. And this is going to unfortunately run into our blueprint designer, so it's going to need to be moved. We also have these rocks and stuff kind of in the way here. So what I may end up doing, depending on how we want to play our cards here, I may modify this utility corridor one to have a doorway in the side here, and then create a like a utility catwalk, just so they can get in there. Do I have my chainsaw? I do. Let's fix this. Not that it's really going to be that big of a deal, but if I don't take care of it now, it's going to be annoying in the worst possible way. Alright. We'll call that good. I can't do anything about the rocks, unfortunately, and the next piece that I put in here is going to be partially buried because of how this is set up. So, I think based on how this is currently looking, I'm not going to commit to making another intersectionary thing here, so the quick, easy way to do this is going to be to put in some double ramps. I think, let's check this, see what that's going to look like. I may be able to get away with doing, well, still double ramps, but just single down. Let's grab these barrel nuts. Let's take this out with a chainsaw. Alright. And then I will, you know, texture paint these so they are actually the asphalt. The blueprint designer will need to move. I should find a better spot for it. And since I'm not going to need that to be put in place, let's take care of that right now. I think I can store everything that's in this in the what do you call it? Clear, and then that's, yep, all those materials I will just take. Thank you very much. And as far as I know, I shouldn't need to worry about getting rid of the blueprint designer and losing my blueprints. But because I trust absolutely no aspect of this that I don't fully already understand, I'm going to build another one and then check the computer to make sure, and looks like we are good. This is probably not where this is going to stay, but I did need to get that one out of there. And now I should have access to do basically everything I need to do. Alright, let's do finishes, and that's going to be asphalt there, and now I can just copy-paste this, make it nice and easy. And that gets us almost all the way down. Let's just put these last couple pieces in. That's looking good. And then, of course, we have our markings, like the center dotted line right there. Again, nice and simple. And then I'm going to leave this open because it's honestly just easier to do it that way. This will work. It is not the most beautiful solution ever, but it will work. So let's see. I know I have to connect all of these wires. Technically, cables are not wires. This tree is very close. You know, normally this would not be something that would be allowed, but I think we're just going to leave this alone. Let's get that connected there. Now that this is all done, I don't think I need to leave that there. We probably won't be using that crossover at all. These don't cross over underneath, although they probably could. Yes, that one doesn't have any connections because that was connected by default, which means this needs to go over here. And then this needs to go over here, and that should get me almost everything. Come on. Alright, so that is both of those sides. And then do I see continuous connections? I do. So these are all conveying power. That's also going to take power up to there, but we don't have anything connected here because I removed this. Wait a minute. No, it's connected there. Alright, well that's going to solve all of those problems. Provided, of course, that I have some sort of link underneath. Which I may not, but as long as I just have one link somewhere. Yeah, see, that goes there. I do recognize this is a very suboptimal thing, but this is just going to work, and it's going to be fine. And now we have utility stuff there. All right. I forget exactly how much I've done and not done over on the other end of this, so I'm going to get in the car. We're going to go over there. We're going to check it out and see, because we do have to still get all of the stuff wired up. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I was going to check and see if I could afford... I don't have anything going in here, do I? Okay, I have one coupon. I wanted to get the... I have to get away from this machine. It's super loud. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't care about that. Give me the... Where is it? Management? Yeah, I wanted Mark II wall outlets, which is 4 coupons, and I only have 2. Yeah, and the rest of this stuff I don't necessarily want to stick in there because it's going to be useful. And I don't have anything automatically being pumped into there. So why don't we instead do a little bit of cleanup here. And then I guess I should check... Yeah, reinforced iron plates. I'm realistically not going to need all of these right now. But I need to get those coupons so I can have a shot at getting most of the rest of this done. This is not going to get us close. It's just going to get us closer. I'm probably going to need another couple 100,000 points. Oh, we also have to worry about the space elevator phase 2. We have to make all of those parts. We have 1,000 smart plating, 1,000 versatile framework, and 100 automated wiring. And I don't remember what I put in the description of this stream because I originally set this up over a week ago, and I think it might have been something to do with space elevator parts. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. Let's see if the Garys have anything that I can just chuck in there. That's always good for a nice boost. Hello, Gary. Alright, so we've got iron rebar. Thank you, Gary 1. Gary 4 has given us some heavy modular frames. Gary 2 has given us some silica. I can actually use that. And Gary... That's already Gary 2. Come on. Gary 3. Ooh, yellow power slug. Thank you very much, Gary 3. Alright. Do I have... No, I do not. I probably should make these guys into power shards, or maybe not. At least I forget who it is, but somebody always says, "Oh, hold on to these, and you can duplicate them when you get to the summer sloops technology." Like it's going to be a while before we get there. Keep in mind, is that under? I think it's, yeah, production amplifier is going to require 50 circuit boards, which I may have gotten from the Garys. But the SAM fluctuator... see, I am making everything for that. Do I have activated... How much activated SAM do I have? Do I have activated SAM, I guess is a better question. Reanimated SAM, I'm sorry. I don't have enough to do that, but I know where I can go to get some, and I probably should do an automated thing, but I kind of don't want to, so... Alright, that is going to be... I'm going to cut that in half and put the 51 in there. Alright, let's take a drive over there and see what we can see. Hello, hello. Pocket Depot, we're so far away from that in terms of priorities. Not impossible, though. Wait a minute. The Pioneer is on the right side, so are we British now? Is that what's happening? We have to drive on this side of the road? Oh, it's fine. Alright, so this is a temporary just to get us over here solution. I need to put in... Well, I guess since I already have this stuff, I might as well just go ahead and do this. Okay, take this out. I think I was going to hold this in reserve in case I was going to design a little T intersection, but for right now, I can just leave this alone. And then get this... Okay, no empty connections. That's fine because I can just move that. Let's, come on, put that there. And then from here, I can just hook that directly back up. That'll make things nice and simple. That's going to connect there to here. And now, if I just leave this exactly as it is, this would give me, actually, depending on how we wanted to do it, if I wanted to have the truck terminal right here, I could just do one of those kind of numbers. But for right now, I think we're just going to leave this maybe in this, come on, exact spot right here. Just so this is directly connected. And the reason, like I said, the reason this is not all working at the same time is because I do not have the Mark II wall outlets, which I probably should have designed this without. Design being a very strong term. Oh, cool. I'm going to take all of these and then go back because I can use these for research and start with other stuff. But that's what we got up to. I can double this. If I get a Mark III miner, I can easily just duplicate this to the other side. It might not look as good. I might have to slightly redo it because of clearance issues, but it's probably fine. Getting set up for your USA tour. That sounds like fun. Yes, in fact, we are happening. Oh, that'll be good. Look how easy this is now. Fantastic. And then I immediately run into a tree because I forgot the turning radius and this thing is awful. We are slowly making progress to turn this into a proper factory. Don't you worry about that. Now, why are you just kind of hovering like that? That's very impressive. I should have... Oh, okay, that's AI connectors, or is that high-speed connector? No, that's a high-speed connector. AI limiter is the term I was looking for. I like smart splitters, and it is unfortunate that I do not have those right now. I don't have any more... No, I don't have any more copper. I was going to say I could just research this right now. The smart splitters are going to make setting up actual storage so much easier. I forget what that is. I don't need Mark III, I don't think, because it's going to require other stuff. Ah, the zip line. This is a cool thing. I don't know that we really have a good use for it right now, but that could be, when we get into the actual power pylons, that could be a very good thing for us to have. I suppose then... okay, I definitely don't have the ability to do that. We want black powder at some point. I don't have the raw materials. Do I have... Oh, I do. I never picked between these two. Copper rotor. I don't think I really care about that. So I just don't remember if this bolted iron plate was going to actually be that much better, because I think I've got, for the frames, I think I've already got a good recipe for that. Which one is making modular frames? Oh, I don't, actually, because that is just 3 of those, 2 every minute, for 3 reinforced plates and 12 of those. Maybe there was a reason I hadn't picked that. But that is 5 per minute, 2.5 times faster, except you replace 12... you replace 12 of the iron rods with the slightly less efficient quantity of screws. However, we do have the cast screws alternate recipe, there you go, which makes that pretty compelling. Assuming I can actually... Okay, because that's... Base construction rate is 50 per minute. This requires 53 of those. I'm gonna say, for the sake of everything that's going to need the modular frames that we haven't gotten to yet, I think the bolted frame is going to be better. Like, neither of these are particularly great recipes, but this is something we could possibly put into use right now. Alright, so let's, since we're in the process of actively using this alternate bolted frame, and then I can just take that away and instead utilize screws, which are currently chewing up 60 per minute of those. This is making how many per minute? 120! Alright, we've got extra capacity, so you know what that means. It means what has to happen here is some shenanigans, going to result in a lot of stuff just on the ground. I know this is not the best thing ever. I'm just gonna replace this with a industrial container. And that way I get the 2 exits. So that should be, yep, there we go. And that only needs to be a Mark 1. I can go there. Straight mode. This one, reinforced iron plate and screws. How was I looping? Oh no, I wasn't looping. I was just putting this into here. Ah, see, I played myself. Well, here is what's going to happen. I know, spaghetti. No, come on. Okay, this is not going to tolerate going in straight mode, but it will tolerate going into default mode. And then, from here... Oh, really? Okay, so that's going to require... I know, I can taste your tears. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. This is not permanent. This is just to get this actually functioning. I don't think I'm going to have 12.5 per minute for this. Oh, because I can only make 5. Alright. Iron plate, I think, was the hold over there, and that is coming from all the way over here. How many is this putting out? 20 per minute. And that is making 30. Alright, so no, you should not do this way. Yes, I'm going to do this way just because putting this out in a way that is going to be substantially less stupid is going to take more time than I care to spend on this. Okay, that's 40 per minute. And this is the only place this is going, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, see, that's requiring 30 per minute, and it was only feeding 2/3 of it. Let's do... No, I want that to be consuming 40 per minute, not 40.2. Bump this up to there. That's going to take 80 screws per minute. It's not going to have 80 screws per minute because I don't have Mark II belts. So, what I have to do instead is just put that in. Then I think this is probably going to be okay. Give me one moment here. Alright. Had to take a drink of water. Water's good for you. This should be... Yeah, all that to make another 1.667 reinforced plates per minute. And this wants 12, so I'm going to have to take this down, in theory. I think it was... What is it doing? 667 here? Okay, what about 89%? Let's try 88 point... Okay, I think I can go a little bit higher. Can I go to 7? I can probably go to... Let's try that. No? Is it going to be... No, I can do... I don't think I can go quite that far. Local man plays guessing math on live stream. Close enough. I'm just going to do that, and that's going to have to work. This is going to take 124 screws. I don't think I'm making that many per minute. I know we just looked at this. I am not making that many per minute. So you know what that means. It means I need to stop playing with this and just rebuild it properly, or nothing is ever going to work. But knowing that I'm essentially consuming 2/3 of what is being made over there to make these, I need to slow this down until it only uses 40 per minute. And that's going to be about as much as we can get. Okay, here we go again. Here we go again. Alright, so it's going to be 5.5. 555. Fake phone number and movie? Anybody? No? Alright. 56. 565. Alright. Let's cut all that out and just go straight to... Nope, that's not going to work. 59. 58. 57. 575. That's probably what I should have just jumped straight to, because that's a 1... No. It's like a 1/8 thing. 571. 5715. There we go. All that for 1.428 modular frames per minute. Would it have been faster doing it with the other one? I don't know. Maybe. But for now, I think it's about the best we can do. And this is making how many? 667 per minute. Okay, so this needs to be split, because that is eventually going to back up. When are you going to fix this? I don't know. Some other point in time. Let's do that. And then this can get dumped back in there. So that way we can continuously make modular frames and reinforced iron plate at the same time. However slow it may be, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be faster than we're currently using them. 5551212. Is that a fake phone number or a percentage you want me to try? It's probably the fake phone number. I think I remember there being some sort of thing about how if they gave a phone number in a piece of media, it had to actually be a real phone number, so studios would just buy up the 555 block. Ooh, very nice. We've got a yellow power slug from Gary 1. We've got... No, Gary 1, you've already... There you go. 2 iron plates from Gary 4. I hope I have room to get all these. 4 reinforced plates from Gary 2. Thank you, Gary 2. Gary 3's got some stators, which I cannot pick up. So what is going to get the axe here so I can pick up the stators? How about the single Caterium ore? We don't need that. Thank you, Garys, for your valiant service. And, oh yeah, I was going to probably start setting up space elevator parts. Power ceiling... Power ceiling is going to be a problem because our production is currently 300 megawatts and we are consuming wildly inconsistently up to about 227 and as low as 150 something. So we don't have to have a super fast factory for space elevator parts, but we do need to have something that is doing literally anything. So why don't we do this? Because this is right here. There's already power, and this is where the input is. Why don't we start putting in foundations? And I suppose... I wish I had like a two-way zoop where I could do... like an area fill. I know there's a mod for it. I do know that exists. But I have historically not gotten along well at all with Satisfactory modding, and I'd like to avoid catastrophic destruction of my gameplay. So why don't we reverse engineer the most annoying one to make, which I think is the automated wiring. Is that going to be under... in... Yes, okay. Automated wiring. Recipe for that is in an assembler. Oh, there's alternate recipes, huh? Alternate to 411 for payphones. Oh, I haven't thought about those in a long time. I went to... this probably could have been 5-6 years ago at this point. I was visiting family in LA, and I went to Signal Hill in Long Beach, and there was a payphone that was actually still active. So, of course, we made phone calls on it, but that was just really strange because I hadn't seen a payphone that was actually available to use at that point in probably 15 years. 951 callback trick. No, I didn't really have to use payphones very often. And I was a good boy who did not break rules or do any of that stuff. I need a stator and I need cable. See, the problem is there's so many of these parts that are nested. But this is going to be a pretty simple thing for us to build, so it would be a good thing to do first. Get it out of the way. And I don't know that we're going to need this again until phase 3. I don't think it goes into any actual industrial parts. So, assembler-wise, the recipe for this is... Let's just dump this directly in here. Let's make sure the hologram is going to be centered, because even though it doesn't matter, it totally does. That is going to go... Call that good enough. Automated wiring, 2.5 per minute. So if I just had one of these going, it would take us more time than I think I care to deal with. So let's put a second one of these. That still says automated wiring, right? Okay. So that'll make us 5 per minute, which means 20 minutes, assuming we have full supply. We can make a simple manifold supply from a container. I'm not going to belt things all the way over here. I'll just manually do it because there's not that many. What was the input on these? Okay, so nothing that's going to require more than a Mark 1. Let's do... yeah, we're going to have this come out this way. Well, we don't have to. We get to. We have the opportunity. Conveyor splitter can go here. That can come in that side. Mark 1 can go... isn't this hilariously ugly? Well, you know how this goes. If it's stupid and it works, then it's not that stupid. Or maybe it is and it still works. It's fine. Once again, this is not a particularly beautiful thing we have created here. But it will be a functional thing that we have created. And this is going to just have to work long enough for us to get this accomplished. I'm just going to move this enough so I don't have to worry about it clipping, which looks like that's fine. And then this one here is not going to clip. It's just going to be ugly, but that, again, is okay. Alright, so we just need to decide what's going to go in what container. I don't think it really matters. We've got stators and cables. I'm going to prime, I guess, stators on top, which is here. Cables on bottom. And I know we have some somewhere that were actually made in a machine, which is what I had said I was going to try and do. Or I obtained from a doggo, which I'm not going to count as cheating because that's part of the game. I just have to go get a couple stacks of cable, leave that alone for a little bit, see how many of these automated wirings we have, and if I make more than 100, then I can just put them in the awesome sink and not worry about it. That is not cable. This is cable. Alright. Oh. I only had space for one. Alright, that's not gonna... It's not gonna cut the mustard. This is minimal. I'll just go ahead and do that. We can always come back and get this later. If you go hard drive hunting, you can use iron wire and iron pipe to make automated wiring out of single iron. That's useful. I'm assuming that's going to be a thing later on in the tech tree. I don't think I've ever done past Space Elevator Phase 3 in the current configuration. They did change a bunch of stuff around, to my knowledge. That's going to go there. That should get us, once I power this up, that should get us pretty good. See, 20 cable to make one automated wiring. That means I need 2,000 cable, and I've only put in about 600. And then, of course, stators. I need to have 100 of those, and I've got way more than I need. So let's just leave that alone. We don't even have to have these merged at all. We can just, for the sake of ease, just put those directly into the outputs. Once again, very, very, very simple setup. Oh, I don't have the cable because I put it all on the thing. All right, well, this is how you solve that problem. Okay. Once again, it is ugly, but it's going to work, and therefore I don't care. And there we go. So now those are powered, and they should start working. Why are they not, is this not powered? No, it's powered. Are they just not filled up? Okay, that's, yep, waiting on cable. Not a surprise. 50 per minute should be able to handle that just fine. It just takes time. Okay. Alright, we need to go get more cables. As everything else seems to be fine. Let's go ahead. If I don't have an immediate use for all this quick wire, I'm going to put it in the sink so we can get some more points. And I'll just keep one full stack. That'll make that nice and easy. I do see chat activity. I'm going to read off in a little bit. Just want to make sure I get this done before I forget. Okay. Old enough to remember KL5 being in media for the fake phone numbers because we didn't use the area codes and the prefix number was actually a 2-letter location prefix. Are you actually that old? Because I know I technically predate area codes, but not by a lot. But we didn't have, well, I guess if you were doing long distance, that's when you would have done that. Okay, on second thought, I think you definitely are old enough for that. Iron wire is available after tier 0. Iron pipe as soon as you unlock basic steel. We do have steel operating. Ah. Yep. Makes sense. Where you live is perpetually 1960. That's like the joke about Japan, which I know you've heard, is that Japan has been in the year 2000 since 1980. Alright. Oh, I need to put cables in. Let's, there we go. Let's just get these. I know I'm going to have leftovers, but I don't think it's going to matter. That's good to go. And we're going to have, before the end of this stream, one of the space elevator parts completed, and then we can redo this kind of messy thing in order to make the next one. Let's try a versatile framework. I don't remember what the recipe for that is. Ah, see, there was a reason that I had not remembered until this exact moment why I was making modular frames. So I need 500 modular frames and 1,200 steel beams. Because that makes 2. No. 500 and then 6,000. That's what it was. Yes, 500 and then 6,000. I know I don't have 6,000 steel beams. In fact, I don't even remember exactly where the steel is. I think that's where I put it. Oh, and I have to have 120 megawatts to go to the hard drive there. Okay, well, I guess. See, this is where I was going to have the highway also go after we got to the Caterium. Just make a little turn here. But I have not figured out if I want to spend the time to figure out I haven't figured out if I want to spend the time to figure it out. There you go. To make curves on the blueprint designer, I don't think that would be very easy in the Mark 1. Honestly, probably would need the Mark 3 to do it right, which means I'm never going to do it, because if I put it off that long, I'm absolutely not going to do it. Tractors aren't going to care about tight curves. The trucks will. But I don't have trucks yet, so that feels like a future problem. The trucks might not even like the road setup I've gotten now, because I think the trucks want a little bit more space. We will see. We'll see what happens. Let's go see if the Garys have anything. I think it's been 5 minutes at least. Hello, Garys. I'm going to get off of the thing that will kill them if I accidentally click. Alright. Gary sure likes finding those things that are not super valuable. Gary 1 and Gary 2. Come on, I want to click on somebody who's not Gary. There we go. Ooh, alclad aluminum sheets. Thank you. 3. Gary 4 has nothing. That's okay. So we need to take a trip over to the steel area. And yeah, see, even after putting all those in there, we're still not even close to having the next coupon. So it is going to be a while. Steel-wise, I think I had those going into a container, and we should have pretty full containers. I have enough that stuff to go. Let's just, I think I have to go this way, yeah, since I don't have anything else built. I don't want to go across that way because it's going to be more treacherous terrain. I want to go, pretty sure I want to go up, over, and then down. The world's most exciting drive here. This will also give us a chance to get closer to that hard drive that needs 120 megawatts. And I know we don't have the headroom to do that directly, but if I have the right materials, I might be able to just quickly make 4 of the biomass burners and just get it done with. Because I would like to scan hard drives. And there is that the big alpha hog over here that for a very long time was my arch nemesis. Now that I have weapons to defend against those kind of things with, I think I should be okay. So there's our SAM. You know, I've got space. I should go ahead and go grab a bunch of that because we're going to need that for the one research that I've been trying to do. I am glad we set this up. This was always going to be kind of a thorn in our side until we did something about it. Look at this. All right. Good. Good, good, good. I'm going to get this completely full inventory as much as I can. Put it in the car. Look at that. We've already gotten 20 of the 100 done. That is going to be so nice to have that taken care of. Okay, that's going to go in there. That will be very useful in a moment. There's where our coal power is. I know I have extra capacity on the nodes. I could overclock these, but I really would rather not mess with overclocking power, because that is a very dangerous game to get into. You start doing more with the stuff than you can reasonably support with resources, and there is severe diminishing returns. I think that's copper. I decided I didn't need that. Alright. I cannot remember if there's anybody over here that should not be messed with. We'll find out. This was the one that needed 120 megawatts. In terms of actual capacity, where's my... There it is. My power line can be tapped into with the help of a power pole. I can just... Or I could just connect to this. I forgot it was that close. Alright, what do we have extra? It wavers, but we have about 80 megawatts. I'm going to, just for the sake of this, bring this over here. Not hook it up directly. That's going to crash my whole power grid. But I know I should be able to build... I think 2 biomass burners is going to give us enough to at least get this open. And then that is going to allow us to hook that up. We'll just very quickly get that going with our biofuel. And then that is going to go there. Not crash the power grid. Come on. There we go. And there's my hard drive. Which means I can now dismantle this. Which means I can dismantle this, and this, and this. And it's like we were never here. I think I got rid of everything that was already on the ground. Hopefully. Let's... Oh, someone's going to come and ruin my day. Let's move. Alright, I need that sound to stop immediately. Alright, that was something else. Alright, I'm going to get this started with a MAM. I love that we can do this, by the way. This is one of the best things they did to the game, is that you can just start the research and then yeet the thing you started the research with and just move on. Alright, now that we have Yeah, I can get rid of this because it has been taken care of. And the SAM ore, that's been taken care of. The steel area. Best path down there is actually to go back the way we came and go over here. But I needed to make sure that I had this taken care of. Since we are already here, I do feel compelled to try and go up this slope because I don't think we've gone that way. So that is going to be northeast. Thanks for the surprising midweek stream. I aim to please. I can't always do stuff like this. So, oh, maybe there's a reason we hadn't gone this way because there's a whole bunch of gas. But I do really, really want to get back into streaming as much as I can, especially now that we're coming up on summertime, and I know some people have a little bit more availability. It's just very hard. And I know I say it all the time, and I feel like, I don't know, it probably comes off as me just making excuses. But time has been a very challenging thing for me lately. And I need to try and do as much as I can to put out videos and streams and stuff. I don't think I can actually get up there in this. What was I? Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. And why do I not have this revealed if I'm... Okay. Let me turn this around. Okay, I do need to go around here. But okay, this guy has... He's got like an alpha hog guarding it, but that's only a yellow... That's only a yellow power slug. Why is it... I feel like that's not worth those guys guarding that all the time. Alright, let's see. I need to be able to get... Because I know I can. If I go this way, I know I can get over there. I don't know why the map is not revealing as much stuff. Or is that... okay, okay. The gas is what was in the way, and it's actually... It's not a climb, it's a descent. That's what was tripping me up, because I thought for sure it was going to be a climb. So this is... I think there's a crater down there. Why do I not... Why is it not revealing any of that? I think I can just drive this back up. They do handle steep slopes very well. Okay, so this is the... Ooh, okay, okay. That is my steel area right there. So again, why is it not? But there's stuff in this part of this biome that we are definitely going to want to get to later. I don't know how much later, but definitely later. I should actually be able to take this as a back way here. Get over to where the steel is and then go back the normal way. I was just wanted to see if there was anything worth getting into over here. So I know we have crash sites. I think I've cleared out most of the ones over here. There might be some way up there, like, yeah, right there. Oh, it's not going to let me do picture mode while I'm in the driver's seat. I think that is a crash site. Or it's just a rock. Which is, I guess, also fine, but... Anyway. Away we go. That is a summer sloop. And that is a bunch of gas. Alright, let's maybe not do that. I'm 99% sure that is going to poison me severely. Unless I'm able to go all the way around the outside, as we do. Hello, kitties. Alright, time to run.
Our instruments echo in a deep.
Oh no.
The shallow threads.
Can you hear
Alright,
me?
we're good.
The effigy found on the key. Sing more.
I was not created for artistic purposes. I am incapable of singing.
You sing.
Noted.
Alright, well, we almost died. There's a crash site on that rock formation you're resuming to, just not in that area. Noted. I don't want to mess with that kitty right now, so... Crash site, it's probably at the very, very top one then, if I had to guess. Ah! Okay, so we cannot go any further normally here. However, comma, we can just drive off and nothing bad will happen. So that's probably what we're going to do here. See, these things are tanks. It's like the Toyota Hilux. It just cannot be killed. Alright, let's see. As long as I can turn this, we're in good shape. Usually it lets you get away with this. There we go. Alright, anything down here? Note? Probably not. Oh yeah, these stupid things. They can't hurt me while I'm in here. I say as I drive directly on top of it. Come on. There we go. There's more of those over there. I really don't want to mess with those. Now, let's see. Oh, good. It was full the whole time. That's going to make it easier for us to do what we have to do here. I don't think I'm going to need so many steel pipes, but I will go ahead and grab some of those so that can continue operating. Then I'll grab the rest of these as steel beams, fill that up. And then, because of how this is, I'm not going to replace this. I lied. I am going to replace it. I'm going to put it in an industrial container. Let's do that. Come on. I don't have the steel... Why did the power grid... Oh, because this all turned on at once? That's awkward. Well, I know how to fix that problem. And that's to take... Oh, it's actually not going to let me get away with this, is it? Okay. Alright, I see how this is going to go. I created a problem. I don't like these little boxes, but I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to grab these pipes back and just refill. I do think I want to have 3. Yeah, I want 3 of those. So this is going to take another 200, 300, another 300 of these to get filled all the way back up. But I do need to be able to build more storage because we need to be making as much steel as possible. And this is going to unfortunately be very expensive. What am I actually putting out here? 15. Okay, this doesn't need to be anything at all. And then I just need to put in a lift mark 1. And that is going to use a considerable quantity of power. But it's fine. Let's feed all of these in here, give it a little bit of a head start. And then I think I can pick these up. Then I can just get rid of that. Alright, so this is going to use probably more power than I can afford to spend. Because now it's going to run all of this, the whole factory at once. And that is... Are any of these overclocked? Am I that dumb? No. Okay, well, those two things are not necessarily mutually exclusive. Yeah, the problem with this is the peak power consumption of all of these things is absolutely, yep, absolutely going to trip that. See, this is where batteries would be really helpful. Which okay, I don't have enough. I don't have enough reinforced industrial beams to do this. I have concrete and I have steel beams though, so what we can do is this really needs to be a thing. Oh, the research is complete. Good, just in time for me not to be able to do anything. Crafting bench. Let me get encased industrial beams. I'll make another 6 of these so I can maybe make 2 batteries. We just need to be able to have some sort of guarantee that this is not going to be a complete disaster once we get everything finished. I know this is not the, you know, quote-unquote best way to do this, but it's fine. Okay, is that going to be... There, I want that facing this way so I can actually see what's going on. There we go. I'll just pop that right there. Get this connected to there, get that connected to there. These are going to charge at the speed of smell unless I am able to shut down things that are consuming lots of power. 16 megawatts on the foundries probably is a good thing to stop, at least for the first little bit. These guys can catch up. I know this is what priority switching and all that stuff is for. I don't have any of that unlocked yet. So right now we're just kind of at the mercy of what needs startup current. Seems like this is going to be okay, and I know it's going to take a super long time to charge these, but these are not the only ones that we're going to be utilizing here. I'm just putting these 2 here so that we can eventually have a separate network if we want it. Alright. We're halfway to our automated wiring. That is we're having such a productive stream. Good, good, good. I'm just trying to think if there's any way I can get more power production without it being a huge pain in the butt. Let's think about this. I don't know without messing with all the coal power, which is kind of a pain. I don't know that we're going to actually be able to do that much. We might just have to... how far away is fuel power? I know that's after we get phase 2. Because it's a little bit of a pain to set that up, but it is much, much more scalable without it being ridiculously annoying. I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. How much runtime am I going to get on this? It says 1%. I'm not going to know until I turn these on, huh? Yeah, so it's alternating between 2 and like 2.5 hours to get full. If I turn one of these on, so I've got one of these that is going to... Okay, is this making steel pipe? Okay, one of these is making pipe, 2 of them are making beams. I don't really care about the pipe that much. This should not be backing up. I think I qualified that already. So this is going to shut off anyway because we're not making anything. I can just turn on, I think, and, you know, Ron Popeil it, set it and forget it. Let's turn this on. See about our power draw. It seems like it's still charging. Yeah. So that, I believe, is okay. It seems like it's okay. Now it's charging faster? Okay, you know what? I can't look at this too much or I'm going to get annoyed. Ah, okay, those things hadn't kicked back on yet. No, this is about this. Alright, I gotta leave this alone or I'm gonna lose my mind. Alright, that's almost done anyway. We'll let that back up. Well, hello there. Maybe we do need to just go over to the coal area and see if we can do anything about that. Because I know when I set that up, I was basically stealing from Peter to pay Paul. There we go. Use the correct words. But I've got a lot more in the terms of resources, and I think I could probably expand that without it being too big of a deal. And we're already kind of on the correct side. So maybe that's what we'll do. I think I can just kind of keep bouncing. Oh, nope, he's moving. Never mind. This is absolutely going to hurt when I fall down. Okay, there we go. Nope, still charging somehow. Okay, where is from here? Okay, the coal power is, I think, here. Easiest way to get back that's not going to cause problems is to just follow this road along here. Coal power overclocking is very viable if you place extra water extractors and only overclock miners as necessary. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a tremendously annoying thing. I just know that whenever I start overclocking stuff, I never stop. I'm just like, oh, I don't need to put anything else in there because I can just overclock the snot out of it, and then suddenly it's a ridiculously stupid situation that I could have easily prevented by just not being dumb. As we know, that is a very difficult thing. So I think now I do want to have one of the foundries that's actually making the steel beams operating. This has nothing in it, so it's not running, and that is going to probably draw more power when I actually start supplying it with stuff. These are very slowly filling up here, and they are... How are they backing up that much? We're only making 30 per minute. This should not be backing up to the point of not being able to go through the splitter. Yeah, this should not be an issue at all. They're just continually going up. Okay, I don't really need to worry about that. Did they fill this up? They did. That is full, which means we're filling the buffers on the machines. And that'll go until it's got 200. This is 4%. Okay, maybe this is going to be what trips the breaker again, but I'm going to turn this back on. We will probably see this start discharging as soon as those assemblers kick back on here. Who knows? I was kind of hoping it would do that, so I at least knew. But that's, it's doing something at least. Well, since I've already got... I'm just going to leave this as is. And we'll go mess with the coal power and we'll come back. And I think by that point... I need to remember where I'm going. Okay, I want to go... I want to go up here and then follow the rock. By that point, I think we'll have the automated wiring done, and we can see about maybe doing one of the other parts also. Pretty sure I can go this way. Yes. Pretty sure going this way is fine. Yeah, I just have to hang it right up here. That is a gap that we don't want to mess with. Alright, here's our slope here. The bridge and all that. Oh, and we need to be making more concrete too. That's another project we have to do at some point. That is a limestone node, is it not? Is that a pure node? No, it's a normal node. Well, normal's still fine. We could set up another concrete factory here, and that's probably... Oh, am I out of gas? I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. I do, in fact, have biofuel. I should probably be putting coal into this, in all honesty, but for now, I'll just do that. I fear that I'm going to forget exactly what it was I was trying to do. So to that end, I'm going to start accumulating parts over here to finish what I'm supposed to be doing. Why is the cable... Oh! Oh, the cable... It's 50 per machine. Okay, well, you know, that's on me, but it's also run out of cable. It always needed to have 120 going in there. I need to make another set of these so that when I'm going to make the versatile framework, I have one storage for modular frames and one for steel beams. So... that is going to help. What did I say? I had to have 6,000 of these? I think it was 6,000, yeah. And right now this is 872. So we're definitely going to have to go back. But if we have exactly the amount we need, then it's not going to be an issue. That's all I can hold, that's why. So 6,000, if their stacks of 200 is 15 stacks. I think. No, it's not 15. Why did I say 15? That's absolutely not right. This is 3,072. Which is... now this is 3,000. So it's actually one entire container. That's convenient. One entire container full. Alright, so when we go back to get the rest of that, that should be fine. I'm going to keep probably that 72 stack just so I can make Mark III belts if I have to. But we need to go and get the modular frames. Eight rows in storage, not 10. Alright, now I have to go back and look at this. $2,400. Okay. What's 32? It's 32 stacks. 32 stacks of 200. 32 stacks of 200 is going to be more than 6,000. Yeah, it's going to be 6,400. So I only need... I need 2 of these stacks to be empty, and then that's going to be enough. It should never be assumed that I know what I'm doing when it comes to math, so please do always correct me if I'm wrong on stuff. Alright, 22 rubber from Gary 1. Gary 4 has quick wire. Gary 2 with more silica, thank you. And 27 quartz crystals, thank you, other Gary. Remember that we are over here to grab the modular frames. And I think I already forgot what the number was that I was going to have for this. That was... yeah, 1... so I need to have 500 modular frames. And I already grabbed all those, so I don't need to worry about numbers. I'll just go put them in and see how much we have. And honestly, this is... how fast does this get made? 5 per minute, and I have 2 machines, so I can make 10 per minute. It'd be 100 minutes, which would be more time than I have to stream tonight, but would be a good thing to just kind of... I could just use these same assemblers. I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, so to have... I already forgot. 600 of these? 500 of these? Yeah. 1, 2, 3... almost 350. I'm going to keep that partial stacks. We have 300. Almost. Like, within the rest of this stream's production, probably, of those things. I don't have any hiding here. That's the front. No, I do not. Okay, steel pipes. I was going to take these. You can turn a reanimated Sam into the, what do you call it? at the crafting bench with the steel pipe. Now I sound like a card in the Clue game. Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with the lead pipe. Alright, and that is to make the SAM fluctuator. The SAM fluctuator is a component in one of these researches, and I believe it was... Which one? Okay, this is the one we just got. Okay, steamed copper sheet or iron alloy ingot. Steamed copper sheet is going to give me 22.5 copper sheets per minute, and you can do it in a refinery. But you have to have water. That's a lot of water. Yeah, I know steamed copper sheet's a good recipe. I'm just trying to think, is that something I'd actually use? Whereas the iron alloy ingot, I don't know that I'd use this. Because it's so easy to get regular iron ingots fast. Like, this is not that much faster than the regular recipe, I don't think. 75 per minute. And then you have to have both of the ores, and you have to use a foundry. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna. I'm not gonna choose this one yet. I'm gonna leave it so I take these recipes out of the pool. But I think when time comes to redeem this, it's definitely gonna be the steamed copper sheet. But that's not why I was here. I was looking at doing this, so I can get the production amplifier, so I can take care of all this other stuff, which I need 100. I need 100 of those things. That's not insignificant. Is there anything else I can use these for that's not going to be quite insane? Power augmenter, that seems like something I should not have access to right now. If I have 11 of these, I can get the respawn toilet, which is convenient. I also want the manual uploader, and I know I have, unless I put them in the sink. This, I think, is going to be much more useful than almost anything else. I am pretty sure. Because I already have dimensional... I haven't built any. But the manual uploader is going to, I think, be the ticket here. So I need 29, and then I need 17 computers. So let's first of all make sure I did not put my computers in the sink. I might have. I have 36 computers. All right. So I need 17 of these things, and I can make 14. I don't have space in inventory. Of course I don't. Can I put... Yes, I can. Okay. There we go. Okay, and now I need more copper wire. I know where I can go to get that. That's not going to be a problem. I don't need to have so much reanimated SAM, but I do need to store this. So why don't... I can't put that there, of course not. I just need to have somewhere to put my reanimated SAM in a way that's not going to be super annoying. Can I decorate these? There we go, vaporwave colors. Easy. So I'm going to put in... To make 3 more of these, what's the recipe? How many of these does it take? 6. Okay, so I will need to have 18, and I only have 16. So now we get to play the fun game of just constantly splitting things. There we go. That takes care of that. Let's grab the rest of these out of the car, and then it will be my responsibility to remember that that's what this is. No, God. Alright, come on. I should have not done that. There we go. Oh, how convenient. I already had 18 in here. That was a separate stack. I could have just done that. That's going to take care of that. That's fine. I just need to go get some more copper wire. I want to check and see if I have coupons yet. Not a single coupon. Not a one. Okay. That's kind of not surprising, but also annoying. Fortunately, I have large quantities of copper wire. And since that gets made so quickly and I'm not using that much of it yet, I might as well just pop the rest of this in here after I take care of the construction bit. Alright, so now I have 17 of those. That goes into right here. Oh, I needed 20, man. I remembered the number, but it was the wrong number. Hate it when that happens. Alright, now I need... Ugh, is it actually 29? I don't want to make too many of these. It is 29, okay. Alright, and then I need to have... I guess I just go ahead and put the rest of these in here. I need to have my computers, which I will just take the whole stack because why not? Oh, and then I need the Mercer spheres. Alright. Do I have 3? I have 5. Okay. That works. I suppose I will have to deal with this in a moment. I need more space. Yeah, but the manual uploader is just absolutely clutch.
Manual depot uploader unlocked. Storage dimension and pocket dimension now connected both ways and stable. Parts can now be uploaded to the storage dimension directly from the inventory. Note: the storage dimension now understands the boundaries of the pocket dimension and recognizes the distinction between matter belonging to the Pioneer's inventory and matter belonging to the Pioneer.
The window within the window within the shallows within the deep, curling around itself separately, echoes strangely.
I'm sure strange is the correct term for what this must feel like to you.
That would be correct. Okay, where's my... I researched it. Where's my upload thing? I feel like I'm supposed to be able to just drag this over. I don't actually know how that works. Maybe it won't do it unless or until I build one of the dimensional depots. Okay, so I need another 10 of those. What are they called? Let's just grab a whole stack. I've got that, and then I think I don't have to worry about that. All right, I just need 10. That's all I need to do is get to 10. And then I can worry about it from there. All right, so I got 10. And I also need a Mercer sphere, which I will go ahead and do there. And then I'm just going to put this literally right here because I can, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop me. So now I should be able to... No? Why does this not show up on the... Okay. Well, things that I want stored, I think these reanimated SAM would be a very, very useful thing to have in the cloud. There it is. Okay. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. I'm going to do things that are very annoying to have to wait for that I would actually be using. So we'll do that. I'll do a stack of quick wire. Obviously, I have to wait for these to upload, and it is very slow. That is kind of the whole deal. But the important thing is that we started the process, and now we can do basically anything at any time. And we can eventually upgrade it. Upload rates. Yeah, I'm going to have to go get more Mercer spheres, and I know this is going to just require bonkers quantities of those things. So I think we can safely leave that alone for now. I am going to run out of time. I know that midweek streams can never really be that long because I also have to make a video, but I do want to do a little bit more. I know we've got the Caterium thing that is still not properly set up, but we do have a path that goes all the way up there. Oh, you know what? I bet I'm out still of cables. Let's go fix that. Because that definitely should have been done by now. Oh, he falls on you now. It didn't used to fall on you. You used to be able to just bowl him over and keep driving. Alright, just grab that. Head on over there. And then we can come check on the modular frames, say hi to the Garys, and see if there's time for anything else. Can I drive through this? I can. Okay, that was not a smart idea. They really don't want me sliding, do they? Alright, I know they're not going to need all this. I just figured I'd get as much as I could. Yeah, no wonder it was taking 800 years to do this. Well, it's not going to consume any more than it needs, so I'll just have to clean it up later, and I don't want to have to deal with this. So, we have in here not quite all of the steel. We do have to go back and get more, and we have 2/3 of the modular frames. Let's take a look at what we're doing with... I don't even need to drive over here. Let's see what the Garys have if it's been 5 minutes, because then that'll reset their clock. Hello, Garys. There we go. Reinforced plates. Ooh, yeah, 18 cooling systems. I might just sink those. Alien carapace, and then... Ooh, yeah, high-speed connectors. Thank you, Gary. If I'm saving actively the cooling systems, I won't sink them. I have 4, which makes me think I have been sinking them, so we'll do that. High-speed connectors, I already had 13, so that's good. I will want to have those for sure, because we're about to get to the point where I can actually use those. Cooling systems are not going to, you know, skyrocket this, but it will give us a substantial amount of progress. Oh, okay. It actually gave us our coupons. Well, you know what that means is that I can go over here and I can grab my Mark II wall power outlets. And I don't think I want to spend the time to set that up right now, nor do I really have the time to do that, but how's this looking? I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to put a thing of steel pipe. Yeah, just so I can have that. The wire, this is per item, is very slow. Let's swap with the rotors so that I can free up a slot faster. Put these in ascending order of amount, and then... oh yeah, I was supposed to check on this. That is not the right container. Supposed to check on this. Oh boy, all that, and I've only got another 20-something, so I only have... I'm only going to have 350. Well, that's fine. We weren't going to start this today anyway. But this gives me, I think... Is this going to tell me my battery stat? Yeah, it is. Okay. This does give me the ability now to go back and get the rest of the steel and not really have to worry about it. While I'm over there, I need to remember to grab a stack of coal so I can actually power this thing. Hello, Kurt. I don't know this is going to be a very long stream. I might end here in a couple minutes because I still have to record a video, but we did manage to get a decent quantity of stuff done so far. What do you mean that's too deep for the car? Alright, we're in trouble now. I'm gonna have to disassemble the car. No, I'm not. Never mind. Now, normally this is not what you're supposed to do. I decided I was going to take a shortcut, and then that shortcut ended up being a bad idea. But it's fine. 106 miles to Chicago, we got a full tank of gas, half pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. What a great movie. Fantastic movie. Alright. Can I reach the top container by jumping? Survey says no. Oh, yeah, there we go. How much space do I have for storage? I've got all of that and more. I'll just grab every last piece. And there we go. That'll keep going forever. This has filled up the buffer entirely, it seems. So I'm going to turn this other set on. We are charging the batteries. We're up to 24%. Oh, I said I was going to go mess with the coal power. I don't think I have time for that right now. I'm going to have to probably leave that to the next stream. Just so I can actually, you know, do it correctly. But, don't let me forget. Which will probably result in a reminder from whoever shows up to the next stream. I do not know when that will be, but I'm going to try to do Satisfactory at least once a week. So I can try to make some sort of tangible progress. We finished the Transport Fever 2 playthrough. I do want to do another one, but I also want to know exactly when the third one's coming out, so I don't start a new Transport Fever 2 playthrough and then the next week the actual sequel comes out. There's other things people have been practically begging for me to play for years that I still haven't gotten around to. Oh, we're out of... That's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to go get fuel. Alright, well, I'm not going to use my chainsaw for the time being. I just need to get back. The chainsaw only runs on biofuel logs, but this can run on basically anything that burns. So we can just keep that in mind. I'm not going to drive off here because it's more of a pain to get it fixed than it's worth. Fixed as in unstuck. Doesn't actually take damage. So much for a full tank of gas. I mean, yeah. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, I ran over myself again. Good job. Get up. There you go. Okay, we should be able to fill the container for the steel beams, and then should be okay. We just got to go get more. And we do have all 100 of our, what do you call them? So we can go grab the rest of those, and then we can switch recipes on this, and they can at least start working. Now I know I only need that much, so that is fine. I'm going to put this in. So we have 100, 200, 300, 350. We need 150 more of these modular frames. And then if I can actually, you know, do what I'm supposed to be doing here. These are not going to go in because we don't need them, which means this can be stopped. We can just grab the extra pieces so they don't clog anything up. Theoretically. We can either save these or I can shove them in the, what do you call it? which probably is not going to be the best idea to shove them in there. Come on. Okay, there's one more in the hole. They don't like that. All right. So now I'm going to change the recipe to versatile framework. Same thing here. It's going to kick back all these supplies that were going into these. And then the easiest way to solve this problem is to disconnect all of these and then just... No, not that one. And then just rebuilt everything, which is not going to be super fun to do, but it'll be alright. So this actually can just get completely picked up because that doesn't matter. Now we have to go out to... You know what? No, I'll just redo all of it. Who cares? What's our flow rate looking like? 2.5 and 30, so that literally does not matter at all. Alright, conveyor lift mark 1. Get that going that way, get that going that way. Put back the splitter right there. And then, I don't really think this matters, but anything worth doing is worth overdoing. And that is probably worthy of putting a straight one in. Alright, so we just need to pick one and stick it in. There we go. Now it can make what it needs to make. We can turn it back on. And we can just come back at some point. I got 20 power. Oh, no, that's how many I have available. Okay, I was about to say, what in the world is happening? That should be fine. We'll see if it actually takes any into the machine if I missed anything, but that's probably fine. Learned that bunker fuel for ocean-going cargo ships is basically silly putty at room temperature. Yeah, it's thick. It is truly vile stuff. Like what they're running, like ocean liners. There's like one ocean liner technically. Cruise ships, cargo ships, all that. They're just absolutely just horrific stuff. Oh, computers. Thank you, Gary 4. And some copper sheets. I needed those for something earlier, and I don't remember what it was, but that is a welcome addition. So if I need 150 of the, what do you call it, then I need to make sure... Oh boy, so that's going to take the better part of 2 hours. At this machine speed, better part of 2 hours to make the rest of the modular frames. Well, I already said it was going to take a long time, so I should not be surprised. Because I only want to use stuff that the game has made and I have not handcrafted to do the objectives, which means I should not try to feed it. Is there anything I can shove in here that would be... I mean, automated wiring, I don't think it makes any sense to save 10, especially as fast as those can get made. I'm going to stick those in there. We're going to see what these end up amounting to for points. Not a lot. Not a lot. And then here, is there anything besides computers I can shove in there? I don't think so. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I don't have any of the rest of that. This is locked out till we have that taken care of. Almost combusted yesterday because the person in front of me wouldn't go when it was their turn at a stop sign. Oh, were they trying to wave somebody else through? I hate that. I hate that. It's such an easy way to get in an accident. Someone's like, oh, you go ahead. No. No, it is your turn. You go. Full stop. End of conversation. They try to let... I had somebody in front of me, this was a couple months ago. I was on the highway driving home from the office, and this is a state highway, not like an interstate. But somebody stopped on the 55-mile-per-hour highway to let somebody pull out from a side street. Like, what are you doing? You're gonna get somebody killed. Like, I cannot believe how just unbelievably stupid so many drivers are. But we live in a society that has essentially decided if you do not have a car, you do not exist. And we are forced to deal with the consequences of that. Oh, I don't need to put steel pipes in. I already have those. Steel beams, definitely want those. Silica, definitely want that. Concrete, definitely want that. That will fill up the rest of this. This will be so nice to have this in the depot. But I think I have just about exhausted the amount of time that I have for today. Let's... Okay, we got 24 versatile frameworks in the thing. That's good. Let's say hi to the Garys one more time. Oh, nice. 18 cooling systems. I will immediately condense those. Sync, whatever. I think that's the last one. So I cannot use these for another, like, 4 tiers, so I will absolutely use them for points. Where did they go? There we go. Yeah, these give us... That's the wrong one. These give us points so quick. Alright, so that got us 1 and... We'll call it 1 2/3 coupons. We'll just leave that in the machine. That should be fine. I don't have any other pressing research I can really do. If I was really desperate, I could do the respawn toilet, but I don't think we need that right now. AI limiters is very tempting, but I don't have enough mycelia. If I hadn't put that in the, what do you call it, would have been probably smart, but it is what it is. We still got a decent bit of stuff done. I can feel good about the last hour and a half. The only choice they had were to turn left or right, and they just wouldn't go. It's so aggravating. I'm mad for you. In the early 1900s, Argentina grew so much corn they use it as fuel instead of coal, and their locomotives probably what gave the Midwest its inspiration for a corn-based economy. See, that's the fun thing about a lot of these crops is there's a lot of stuff you can do with them that most people don't even consider. That's a lot of corn, though. Anyway, yeah, popcorn. There you go. I gotta go. I gotta go record tomorrow's video, eat something for dinner, and then figure out, maybe not in that order, and figure out the rest of the week. I'm probably starting a new series, maybe Water Beavers, later this week. I'm not sure, but that might be Thursday. Gonna have to experiment with some stuff. But we got to get a new series started for that, and then maybe a couple more colony submissions. We'll see what happens, but I got to get... Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys hanging out on a Tuesday evening, and have a great rest of your night. I'm not doing water beavers on Timber Bunk. Bye.